The Cardinals must bring the mayhem. See what I did there? Sunday against the Patriots. But it's more than just that. Let's discuss.
You are Locked On Cardinals, your daily Arizona Cardinals podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Cardinals Alex Clancy here. Follow me on Twitter at Clancy's Corner. Follow the podcast at Locked On AZ Cards. Thank you for making Locked On Cardinals your first listen. Free wherever you get your podcast and on YouTube. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Been in sports radio in Phoenix since 2011. Hosting this lovely podcast for the 8th season. Woo! Lots happened over the last 13 years. Today's episode of Locked On Cardinals is brought to you by FanDuel. You can start the season with a big return on FanDuel. New customers can place a $5 bet, and you get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. The Cardinals must bring the mayhem. Drake Maye, Maye-Hem. Drake Maye, Maye-Hem. I'm here for it. I'm here for a pun on a Friday. The can't-do list, final segment as usual. The season's on the line. Truly. Discuss that in the second segment. But bringing the mayhem, pun aside, this is a time where the Arizona Cardinals just need to punish the New England Patriots. And it's not because it's the Patriots, it's any team during any part of their roster building journey with a rookie quarterback. It's at home. They're coming off 3 losses in a row, and the season's in the balance. Okay. Oh, and one thing I do need to mention, first off, great crossover yesterday with Mike Debate from Locked On Patriots. Check that out on YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. I mentioned incorrectly that the last time the Cardinals played the Patriots was when Cam Newton was quarterback and Isaiah Simmons ended up hitting him late out of bounds. 15-yard penalty, ended up with a Nick Folk field goal to win the game in New England. The last time the Cardinals played the Patriots was when Kyler Murray tore his ACL in 2022. And I guess I just blocked that out of my memory. So apologies. Thank you for not correcting me in the comments, even if you wanted to, but I just wanted to add that little editor's note, if I may. So, if I may, man, you can do so much with that last name. Okay, anyways. Everything's lining up for the Cardinals to dominate on Sunday. They've been embarrassed the last couple of weeks. It's looked different each week. Last week was Kyler Murray's interceptions. The week before was being up 19-6 and not being able to solidify the win. And the week before that, the offense was just stagnant and pretty much didn't show up. At home, 6-7. 49ers now really out of playoff contention after their loss yesterday. The Cardinals need to go. And when it's bringing mayhem, it's making Drake Maye's life a living hell. One thing the Cardinals have been able to do is stymie the passing attack of opposing teams for the majority of the season, pretty much the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I know Washington went nuts on them. I know it happened a couple times. But by and large, this secondary has been very good. By and large, Kazir White and Mac Wilson have been very good. And by and large, the pass rush has been on milk cartons. But the offensive line isn't fantastic for the Patriots. Their running game isn't great. And their skill position players aren't awesome. I mean, Mike Debate mentioned Hunter Henry. Mike Debate, he mentioned, Ramondre and Antonio Gibson. And, I mean, they don't really have a whole lot of talent on offense. And Drake Maye's legs has been one of the main catalysts for them staying in games of late, even though they've only won 3 of them. This is one where the Cardinals need to get 5+ sacks. They need to constantly be living in the Patriots' backfield. And Budda Baker and Kazir White and Mac Wilson, the hard-hitting defenders the Cardinals have, just need to wreak havoc on the rookie quarterback. And it's not, when I said in the cold open, it's not just that. It's not just attacking relentlessly Drake Maye and this offense. It's kind of having a hard reset for the remainder of the season. What a better way to position themselves to make a late push. I know they put themselves here. I know it's a long shot for them to make the playoffs. There's still 4 games left. They're going to be favored in probably 3 of those 4 games. What a better way to light the spark again for the 2024 season than blowing out the Patriots at home. The interesting part about this is to be in a situation like this with 4 games left to play. This is the best possible situation for them to be in the crappy situation that they're in. And I know the Rams have played excellently. They've won 7 out of their last 9. The Cardinals played them in 3 weeks. If the Cardinals can win this week and next week, we're having, crazier things have happened conversations, and they could still, back into the playoffs. This is for them. This is personal, not against the Patriots, against the avatar that is that 3-win team with the rookie quarterback, with the Cardinals coming off 3 losses in a row. This is one that they got to have, but this is one that can shock this team back onto the right track. And I know it could be a green ribbon ceremony, segment that I'm doing. 100%, I get it. Can't just say, oh, season's over. Let's look to next year. There's 4 games still left to play. Anything can happen. But I'm looking predominantly on the defensive side of the ball to instill dominance. Turnovers, sacks. Instill dominance against a team that they should instill dominance against, even though this defensive roster is still, incomplete. And it's something that I'm so excited to watch. I want to see what these guys are made of. I want to see what practice has been like. I want to see how a team responds to the worst 3-game stretch that could possibly happen coming out of the bye, going into it 6-4 atop the NFC West. Rewriting the script on the last half of the season for the Arizona Cardinals that's pretty much happened, for a decade. I know it's 1 game. I know it's against an inferior opponent. I know it's easy to beat up on inferior opponents. And I also know that the Cardinals desperately need to just re-energize themselves. Why did it take this long? It shouldn't have. Okay, I'm not defending them why they're here. It's indefensible why they're here. But it sets the stage for a perfect time for the Budda Baker-led Arizona Cardinals defense to just punish this Patriots offense. I think it's going to happen. If it doesn't, we're having different conversations. Alex Clancy, Locked On Cardinals. The season's on the line. We're going to pivot to the offense next. What does it mean? What does it mean? Let's talk about it next. This episode of Locked On Cardinals is brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. It's the best place to get your real money action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players with a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long with Prize Picks, America's number 1 daily fantasy sports app. Deposits are easy. They take Venmo. They take Apple Pay. Withdrawals are even easier at times. Say you cash. Okay, you want to cash out some of your money. You want to get to your bank account. How long is it going to take, Alex? It could take as little as 15 minutes. Cheese right back into your account after cashing. I mean, I don't know how it could be better than that. Download the app today. Use code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 instantly after you place your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 instantly after you place your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Today's episode of Locked On Cardinals is also brought to you by our friends at Omaha Steaks. I've been ordering from Omaha Steaks for a decade plus. I love it. Nothing delivers comfort and joy like the unrivaled in quality, and taste of Omaha Steaks. It's guaranteed perfection in every bite, and right now you can save an unforgettable amount on gifts with 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, score an extra $30 off with promo code NFL. With 5 generations of experience, they consistently deliver the world's best steak experience and the gifting experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to deliver the perfect gift with thoughtfully curated gift packages featuring gourmet favorites. From legendary steaks to mouthwatering desserts and more, save 50% off statewide for a limited time at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners get an extra $30 off with promo code NFL. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $30 off with promo code NFL. Minimum purchase may apply. All right. So I didn't really know how to approach this show. Full disclosure. Kind of in the mud and the muck of the season after a 3-game losing streak with hopes so low to start the season, or hopes, excitement high, but expectations low to the Cardinals winning a handful of games in a row to expectations high going into the bye week. And then now this is a familiar feeling that fans and media members alike are experiencing right now. And it's something that, isn't ideal. It's not fun. You don't really know what it means in the grand scheme of things, like existentially what it means for the future. Do you take the preseason week 1 expectations of this team and look at the season as a success? Or do you completely shift the goalposts after they go 6-4 going into their bye week in week 11 and be disappointed with where they are now? And I think it's rational to say a bit of both. I don't think it's one or the other. Because, I didn't expect them to be here. I didn't expect them to have 6 wins right now. With all of that said, the 2024 NFL season's on the line, regardless of the expectations. And sure, you could say last week was the season on the line, and they've already blown it. So there's no way they're making the playoffs. There's no way this is going to work. They may as well tank and lose all their games to get a better draft pick. That last part, stop it. Right this second. I mentioned on Wednesday, unlike last year, where there was zero redeeming quality to win games at the end of the year, zero. There's such a massive amount of redeeming quality for the Cardinals to end the game, to finish the season strong this year. And the draft pick, what? They're going to pick 14th instead of 19th or 17th, whatever it is. It's not going to matter. The season's on the line. And this is on the offense. Just like the defense must show out against a rookie quarterback, an average to slightly below average offensive line, and really a lack of skill position players in key spots that the Patriots have or don't have. The Cardinals offense needs to dominate. This is going to become very serious very quickly if they don't. And sure, you can say, oh, well, yeah, they can beat bad teams. What about the good teams? 100% valid. I get it all. And I agree. And they still got to beat the bad teams. And if the Cardinals don't put up 25 points plus on Sunday, I'm not having the conversations yet because I think that they're absolutely ridiculous to have. But say they score 13 points, I'd be more open to having the conversations. I'd be open to thinking about the possibility of thinking about having the conversation that I haven't had yet. But I'm not even close to there yet. I want to see Marvin Harris. Like, at this point, unlock Marv. I don't know why we're still here. Now there's the tape gurus can blame both sides, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harris Jr. and the play calling. Trey McBride's always open. Marvin Harris Jr. isn't. And it's something that, we'll get to see again on Sunday. But bringing the Maye-Hem as defense, with the season on the line, Kyler Murray needs to take the ball and go put up a 30-burger. It's as simple as that. Doesn't matter how it happens. If he's checking to runs and James Conner and Trey Benson run for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, it doesn't matter. Kyler Murray gets credit for wins. He gets flack for losses. It doesn't matter how they win. He's the one. He's the conductor of all of this. He's got to be special in a way that people see, oh, yeah, where's that been the last 3 weeks? Oh, he still, is a well above average quarterback. Because I don't know if it's ever been this potent with vitriol against Kyler Murray. And while the 2 interceptions lost them the game last week, I'm the first one to say it. I'm also in the camp that I'd much rather have Kyler Murray quarterback in the Arizona Cardinals than over half of the rest of the NFL. And he's got to show it on Sunday. He's got to show it. And I think that this is what I think is going to happen. I don't give predictions on the show because I think that they're kind of, I don't know. It's not really my thing. I'm right. Oh, cool. They won. Oh, they lost. Whatever. I do think that the Cardinals will dominate on Sunday. I do think that it's going to be one of those, is it too little, too late situations that we've grown so accustomed to watching this team. I think that's going to be a very lopsided, maybe Kyler Murray not playing the entire fourth quarter situation with the Cardinals winning. And if it's not, like if the Cardinals lose on Sunday, I don't know if I can keep the floodgates from opening. I don't know. Like, I've been, I don't know. I've been right future pacing for a lot of things. And that's not like, tip my cap. Oh, hey, give myself a pat on the back. There are some things that I've just been right about. The next thing that I believe I will be right about if we get there, if the Cardinals only win 7 games in 2024, I think that there's going to be some changes. It's not going to be Kyler Murray. It's not going to be Nick Rallis. It's not going to be Jonathan Gannon. Leave it at that. Alex Clancy, Locked On Cardinals. What's the can't-do list contain this week as the Patriots come to town? We'll discuss it next. Locked On Cardinals, your team every day. This episode of Locked On Cardinals is brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, use live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Please go to the YouTube channel, search Locked On Arizona Cardinals, hit that subscribe button, man. Turn notifications on. I'd love to get to 50 likes every show as like a baseline. Would love that. Just takes a sec. It's good for me. But again, I'm just happy that you're here. Everydayers, first-time listeners alike. Thank you. The can't-do list for the Cardinals on Sunday. The offense can't be anemic. The offense can't be efficient between the 20s and then stall in goal to go or red zone, possessions. It's something that was almost an afterthought, thinking they wouldn't score touchdowns for the large chunk of the season through the first 10 weeks. And then it stopped. And I think that, the defense is obviously caught up. There's a lot more film. There's a lot more prep done. The tendencies of the Arizona Cardinals have been exposed a little bit more. I just think that with how many over 6 foot wide receiver and tight ends that the Cardinals have, there is no reason why they should be kicking field goals inside the 10. There is no reason why on 3rd and 2 from the 28, they should be kicking field goals. Touchdowns, not field goals. An addendum or an addition to that. ADDITI, not EDI, not like the 3rd edition. An addition, adding to it. Let's get past the point. I've said this, I think this is the 3rd week I've said this now. Get past the point where 3rd and long from the 30, you're throwing in front of the sticks to get closer for a 42 or 43-yard field goal. I mean, Chad Ryland can't be trusted anymore like he was when he was kicking game-winning field goals. It happens quick with kickers. It happens quick. You can't pass up an opportunity to go for it on 4th and 2 by way of a 45-yard field goal. Go. I'd rather have Kyler Murray have the ball in his hands come hell or high water. Defense played well enough all year. Like it's not something that so what I did say in Seattle was, take the points. You're on the road, tough game, ugly game, take the points. I'm not saying that anymore. The Cardinals need to go for blood. They need to go score touchdowns, not field goals, not trust Chatter Island. The offensive line can't implode again. The offensive line can't implode again. Paris Johnson Jr. has had his 2 worst games as a pro the last couple weeks. The interior of the offensive line is getting exposed. I don't know if opposing fronts are just adjusting to the Cardinals. I don't that's the biggest anomaly of the 2024 season for me. It's not Marvin Harrison Jr. He's a rookie. He's going to be fine. It's not even Kyler Murray, anything having to do with Kyler Murray. It's the offensive line was great, and now it's not. What happened? What happened? Is it just that the opposing teams have watched tape and they're scheming new stunts and new pulls and things like that to keep the interior of the offensive line guessing? I don't know what it is, but it's not the same, and it's impeding the entire offense from humming like it once did. That's not to say it's the only reason. Okay, I'm not blaming the offensive line for the struggles of the Arizona Cardinals offense, but they can't produce, they can't perform the way they have the last couple of weeks if the Cardinals want to win in dominating fashion or win it all. They just can't. And finally, you can't have Drake Maye have a clean jersey at the end of the game. The pass rush has been terrible. Darius Robinson, rookie, he's shown glimpses, but it's hard as a rookie to have Dante Stills as your most trusted interior defensive lineman that you're going up with. Roy Lopez has been fine. Again, still, the pressure that the Cardinals have gotten is from, different blitz packages, including linebackers, Kazir White and Mac Wilson, and safeties and corners. It's not the traditional pass rushers. Zaven Collins, he's had, 2 or 3 good games this year? So, I don't know, man. Those are the 3, really. And I do think the Cardinals will dominate. I don't think it's going to be close. And I'll leave you with this. If it is, and if for some reason the Cardinals lose, if somehow the Cardinals lose, yeah, it's going to be a different conversation come Monday. And it's not going to be pretty. Locked On Cardinals, your team every day. Remember, one thing that's always pretty is, without you, there is no me. I'll talk to you Monday.